Hi everyone, this is Tanya from Psycho Moms, and I just wanted to share with you this card that I designed for the card sale that Jade is doing over at JadedStudios. It's in honor of Miss Claudia, and all the proceeds for the cards that she sells are going to go to Miss Claudia to help with her financial issue. I know most of you have already heard the story, and it's just really tragic, but for those of you who haven't, she lost her husband unexpectedly, and they had a single income family where he was the supporter, and she's selling all of her scrapbook supplies to help raise money to take care of her children. So my heart is just going out to her. Not only is she losing her husband, but she's also lost a craft that is really, helps us. It helps every one of us find ourselves and just be sane. And to have to sacrifice that, I think that, she's just an amazing woman. I mean, I know you do what you have to do in survival, but Jade is doing a card swap, card sale, where we're going to submit 10 cards, and then she's going to bundle them up into stacks of 10 different cards, and she's going to sell them on her site, and the proceeds are going to go to Miss Claudia. So this is my design for her. And for more details on that swap, go to JadedStudios YouTube channel to find out more. So I wanted to kind of walk through this card, putting this card together. I'm going to get this one out of the way, and this is the base of the card, and I'm going to have it open from the right, and I went ahead and put in a little white sheet, or a clear, it's like a tan colored sheet that I've distressed the edges of for someone to write on, and I'm going to leave it blank. My theme is going to be friends for this card, but I went ahead and embossed it with a cut-up leg jacket. It's called Victoria, and now I'm going to take this walnut distressing ink, and I'm going to lightly rub it across the top just to kind of bring out that embossed look. Very light. You don't want to put any pressure on this. You just want the ink to gather on the raised top. I know a lot of you have seen this technique on so many things, and I love how it takes that embossed image and really brings it to life. It pops it right up. Then I'm going to take my applicator tool in the same ink, and I'm going to lightly rub around the edges just to kind of give the edge a definition. And while I do this, I'm going to tell you a little story about myself. Actually, last September I was diagnosed with viral pneumonia. And then I caught H1N1, and I was in a coma for 6 weeks. And my husband had the awful job of going to my children, who were 14 and 16, and telling them that their mother wasn't going to live through the night. So I kind of have some feeling for how Miss Claudia must feel, and I can't imagine what my husband went through trying to deal with that, but by the grace of God only am I here today, and it's through the power of prayer. So, Claudia, I want you to know that I am definitely praying for you. So the next step is I have taken a book page that I've cut out, and I think this is the brocade from Tim Holtz's Alterations die cuts. And I've already distressed it, and I've crinkled it up, and I've added some ink to it, the same walnut ink. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take in the center, and I'm going to kind of pinch it together towards the bottom here. Whoops, I broke it. Let's go with another one. We're going to pull it together, and be very careful. These pages are fragile. And I'm going to pull it together again. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side, pulling it together a couple of times and flatten it out. So it has the look of a fan. I just like the dimension on that. And then I'm going to take a little dab of glue. And I'm using hot glue so it dries fast so I can get through this video. And I'm going to just stick it on there. Then I've taken a leaf that I got from Michael's, And it's just a normal satin leaf. And I'm going to cut the tail off of it, the stem off of it. And I've also taken and I've rubbed this applicator around the edges just to give it a little dimension. And I'm going to glue that as well. And then I have these turkey feathers and a cream color. Put a little glue in there. Hold that down. And then I've got these turkey feathers that I'm going to glue down also. And I have some pearls. I'm going to just put a little dab of glue there. And I'm going to glue that down. Those of you who know me know I can't do anything flat, and cards have to stay relatively flat in order to be mailed. So this was a challenge for me because I'm not really a card person too much. So I've made these rosettes, and they're made from twisting ribbon around in a circle, and it's very much the same color as the card. So I was excited to get to use up some of this old ribbon, and then I just put a rhinestone in the center. And there's plenty of tutorials on making this. This is the twisted ribbon tutorial that a lot of people have on their tube. And then I also have this vintage lace that I got from a garage sale, and this is the remnant left over after I've die cut some shapes out of it. So like y'all know, I don't throw anything away, and this is why. Treasures found. So I'm going to put just a little bit of glue around here on the outside edge, and I'm going to take this lace and I'm going to put it on here, leaving it kind of towards, I want it to have a really nice size border so you can see it. And all I'm doing is I'm folding it over and pinching it to give it kind of a pleat. Just a little hot glue. Be careful with this hot glue. It will burn you. My fingers are so tender right now from all this glue. It's crazy. Just a little bit more. And when I get over here towards the edge, I'm going to fasten this down maybe a little up here at the top so they kind of stay together. And then I'm going to just trim it off. Okay. So this is what we have. And I'm going to kind of keep this up towards the top because I'm going to put a stick pin in where that seam is. And I'm just going to glue that down right there. Now, I chose the Friends because I feel like what we're doing for Miss Claudia shows that we are truly all friends. There goes my phone. And so I took a jewelry tag and distressed it and also added the word Friends to it. And then I've pre-made all of these stick pins with the jewels on them. And I'm just going to stick that in there. And I'm going to add a little dab of glue on the bottom. And then I'm going to very carefully poke it in where that seam was so that it kind of hides it, but I'm going to go through the rosette. And then I'm going to put a little dab of glue on the back of the rosette. Actually, I'm an over gluer. I'm going to put a lot of glue on the back of the rosette. And then I'm going to take this and stick it down about right there to cover up all of those little pieces that are coming together. And then I'm going to glue down my word Friends. And that's it. That's all I have. But I just want to say thank you again, Jade, for hosting this and doing this. I think it's just such a small thing that we can all do for a fellow scrapbooker. And I, wish I could do a little bit more for her. I truly do. My heart goes out to her. And please, guys, just do what you can to help her out if you can. She's got a bunch of her scrapbook supplies on sale online. Great prices. Go help her out. If there's something that you think you might be interested in, please buy it, because it is going to a good cause. And I think when one of us is hurting, all of us are hurting in a way. And she's she's just really sacrificing for her family here. So my heart goes out to her, and prayers and thoughts are definitely with her and her family during this time. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave your comments.